Welcome to the channel, friends. So today is going to be the start of a new project among the many other projects I have going on here in the homestead, and that is some dirt work here on the side of the house, and that is taking care of this big hill, this mound here, and kind of terracing it and turning it into two different levels. Now I'll be using the excavator, the KX121-3 Super Series, and also my dump trailer that I've rigged up here with a temporary rock separator, if you can see. So this here is basically, you got some 2x4s pressure treated holding up this heavy duty gate that I have. I have a couple of these. I got them for free. So I basically am making this rock separator for no cost to me. And pretty much it works very simply. I have it attached to the dump trailer, as you can see. And I will go ahead and pour onto the grate whatever soil and mixture of rock and crap that I have here, and then kind of sift it through the grate. This is about 2 inches, so it's going to screen it out to about 2 inches, and all the stuff is going to build up on the top, like the roots and larger rocks and debris. And then I'll go ahead and lift up the front end of this grate and then just basically pitch it upwards and drop off all the heavy rock and stuff off the edge here. So that way it's going to leave me with some good clean soil that I'm going to use as fill on the other side of the property. So I got to bring it all the way to the main lawn and fill in some low spots that are kind of big. I opened up some areas over there, and now that it seems like the ground is settling, so I have to go in and do some fill. So I'm going to use this as the majority of the fill for those deep spots, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy some nice loam and do a top coat of nicer stuff to plant grass. But the first job is to kind of take care of this, get some of that fill and get it processed and move it over into the other side of the property. So this is going to come in handy. I'm really happy I was able to rig this up. I basically used 3 chains. I got one chain wrapping around this 2x4 in the edge of the grate here, and then another one in the front doing the same thing, and then I have a third chain that I'm using to hoist the front end of this up, so I can angle this at about a 45-60 degree angle, or go vertically and basically just dump everything off the top of the grate when it builds up. So very simple design. I can move this back and forth on the trailer if I need to, so I can push it backwards, push it forwards as I need. So as I kind of sift through the soil, I'm just going to have it deposited here towards the back end of the trailer, and then I'll go ahead and then move this and then just push the soil back into the back side here, the front side of the trailer, to make more room. That way I can work from the back side of the trailer, and it's just easier for my situation and my application here. So here we have the KX121-3. This is a 10,000 pound excavator, and it's got the hydraulic thumb and the 2-foot digging bucket on it right now today for this project. So I'm gonna get started greasing up the machine because I haven't greased this thing up in a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and grease up all the fittings on the arm and the bucket, and then get started. guys, so as you can see, I'm making some progress here. I have my setup, and pretty much this looks kind of greasy, but it actually works really well. I had to modify my setup a little bit. I put some stops here on the stake pockets, that way this thing wouldn't kick out, and I propped up the grate, that way everything kind of sloughs off and sheds off onto the back side of the trailer, all the tailings. So all the crap and the roots and the rocks, I'll end up pushing back into the mound here once I level everything off and I get, you know, deeper into it. But this is coming out great. I have some nice screened dirt right here, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna keep on, you know, continuing to fill this up till I get to the top of the trailer. This is a 6x10, so this should give me 4.5 yards of material here. But this works great. I have it propped up on one side, as you can see, because it allows some flex and kind of some bounce in the grate. That way it allows the rocks to break loose and kind of bounce down onto the ground. So that works out great, and it allows me to sneak in my bucket to move the dirt to the back of the trailer, or to the front of the trailer I should say, and to make more room. But it's coming out great. I'm not losing too much material off the back here. As I kind of give it a couple buckets, I go ahead and kind of push it to the front to make more room. So this is working out great. I have a lot of trips ahead of me because I got to take care of this whole mound. So this mound right here, I want to terrace so I can get to the front of the house, and this mound right here is in the way. It's really difficult, even though I have a really huge driveway, it's really difficult for maneuvering trailers and things like that, big loads in and out of the house here. So I want to open this up and kind of knock down the height on this mound. That way it just makes this area more usable, and it'll be kind of like a secondary driveway. But this is going to take, you know, a few days of chewing on this. I have a spot for all this clean material. I'm going to bring it over to the main lawn along the rock wall there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in the distance. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take the trailer and back it up into the lawn right where that rock wall is, and kind of deposit it there about 5 feet away, because I have to spread this material to fill in a really huge low spot that's developing right there and over to the right. So I have about at least 3 loads full of fill that I need to take care of on the main lawn. So that's going to take a few days, but I wanted to give you guys a wrap up and kind of, you know, a quick summary of what this process looks like. It's coming out great. I'm really happy how quick it is. Once I got the hang of everything, it goes along really quick. So it's just a matter of making sure that you have room in the trailer for all the material that's sifting through, and just a matter of just keeping the grate clean. Take the rake and kind of bounce it out, and then remove some of the material or the roots and stuff that's attached to it. But this process is going to be a time-consuming process, but it has to be done. So as you can see, I'm piling up the rocks. They're good-looking rocks, and they're part of the property. So I want to kind of use the rocks accordingly, and either place them on the wall or place them in a rock setting of some sort later on down the road. So anything that's, you know, kind of on the larger side, I'm putting aside and kind of stacking along the wall here. And as I make my way into the berm, I will take some of those larger rocks and start stacking them on the left here to kind of make a terrace. So as I progress further into this, I will know exactly what I need to do. I need to like taper this out a little bit more. This is too tall of a mound here, but I have to get, you know, access through the side here. I have to do what I have to do. Alright guys, so I'm here a couple days later, and I plan on doing some more work today, but I want to show you guys the progress of this kind of excavation here, opening up the driveway and extending it around the house. So as you can see here, there's a rock separator. I finished up and did 5 complete loads, which are 4.5 yards each. This worked out great. As you can see, I have a pile of tailings and all sorts of clean rock to use. So I will be transferring this further down here. I'll put it in the trailer today, but once I make a spot there up front for the rock pile, because I plan on using that behind the boulders that I plan on putting all along here. So all those big rocks I have in the backyard that I've been saving for the past couple years, it's going to come in handy with this wall. So as you can see, I opened this up about 12 feet wide right now. I might have to go another couple feet to compensate for the big boulders that are going to be basically a retaining wall on the left hand side here. But I opened it up and now I have access to the front. I don't have to drive on the driveway with the excavator, which kind of beats it up. So now I'll have this secondary driveway, which I will eventually gravel over and make it look nice. But right now it's in a transition stage, obviously. I need to get to the front here, take care of all that brush and debris up front, clean it up, make the front yard look nice here on the right-hand side. So I have a lot of work ahead of myself, but just one day at a time, and you know, I'll get it done. So, but this here is the outcome of the rock separator. I'm really happy with its performance for being free to me. I really didn't buy any parts. All I had to do was put everything together and make sure it was secure, and it worked out great, you know. And I had no issues dumping it. I actually left the grate on there as just the way it is when I would tilt the trailer. So it would tilt and it would stay in place. It was perfect. I didn't have to do any extra work. So I'm really happy with the outcome of this project right now. I will, you know, eventually gravel this area with some pea gravel and make it look nice. But those are all things for the future. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And if you have any questions or comments, please place them right down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please go ahead and do so. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.